Calvin Bassey is about to repay Rangers, potentially with a total of 2 million, because of course we do have a 10% sell-on fee from the deal, of course, and it looks like he is going to be joining Brighton for potential 18.7 million, or it could rise to 20. So let's just say Rangers are getting 2 million. Let's just call it 2 million. Good bit of deal for Rangers. I mean, I feel like we could have maybe weaseled more of a sell-on fee. I feel like we could have maybe got like 15, maybe 20 be taking the piss. But I do genuinely feel like we could have potentially got more, but hopefully this goes ahead, because it means we get a bit more money, and it doesn't really bother me where Bassey plays. End of the day, had a really great season for Rangers, and I'd like to see him in the Premier League. I feel like he'd thrive at Brighton, but again, what Brighton do or don't do doesn't really concern me, guys, because at the end of the day, we need more money to sign players. So it looks like we're getting Dessers over the line today, so I may as well. I'll talk about his wee deal a wee bit, but I'm not going to talk about it a lot because I feel like that's going to get announced later. So the Rangers have agreed a 4.3 million plus 1.3 in add-ons, so that's a total of 5.6 million deal to sign 28-year-old Nigerian forward Cyril Dessers from Cremonese, and the transfer will be sealed on Tuesday, and today is Tuesday. Meanwhile, though, Rangers are ready to make a fresh bid for Danilo after their 3.5 opening offer for the 24-year-old Brazilian striker was rejected by Feyenoord. And that's crucial, though, because that means that couple of million that we get for Bassey, which may not seem like a lot for a lot of people, but we can use that and we can put that in for a bid to get Danilo. And it also helps the fact that Danilo has come out and said, so it says here in the article from the Daily Record, Brazilian striker Danilo has told Feyenoord he wants to move to Rangers after the Glasgow club had a 3.5 million offer for the 24-year-old reject it. Yeah, he wants to move. Just shows you the sway we've got. Dutch champions, he's guaranteed Champions League football. And he's like, you know what? This team's fucking pish. I want to go to Glasgow, man. And that's exactly what he wants to do. And that's exactly what I want him to do. I want him in. I want him and Dessers would be a brilliant transfer window in terms of like strikers. I feel like that would be. You've got two guys that are proven in Europe. You also factor in Lammers, who is going to hopefully be good at like holding the ball up. Yeah, and you never know, right? I mean, Lammers' goal scoring record's awful, but I guess there is no reason why he can't fucking score goals for Rangers. Not like he's got no legs, even though his record would suggest that he would have no legs. But the point is, looks like if Danilo wants to move, that makes this way easier for us to get over the line. I guess, how much we're going to pay. It looked like you could have had to pay 7 million for Dessers, but we're paying 5.6, so maybe it's going to be a similar fee. But I tell you what, if we get Dessers and Danilo, you cannot say that the board have not backed Beale. You really cannot say that. And finally, final bit and more in news here, we've got Rangers winger Rami Matondo. Despite being made available for transfer, he intends to stay, and I welcome Matondo staying. Some people are split saying then you get rid of dead weight, which I think is fair enough. I think if you want rid of Matondo and Hadji, I think that is perfectly fine, right? But I feel like if we're getting rid of those two, you need to get rid of like the likes of Wright, Roof, and like McLaughlin first, because I feel like if you get rid of like Hadji and Wright, no, not Wright, Hadji and like who are we talking about? Who are we talking about? Jesus Christ, my mind just went complete. Matondo. I feel like you're more likely to keep like Wright and Roof, players who are just injury prone or not good enough, because obviously Beale would feel like he needs depth. So personally, that's one of the reasons why I would keep Hadji and Matondo, because they're just better options for depth. Get depth people, depth. But anyway, guys, till next time, be back later. PS5 career mode out there. Tune in.